All right. Well, that was the
But
yes.
I was about to say, you know what was next, don't you?
No, actually, I don't remember.
The thing that you were going to say before I interrupted you. That was what was next.
What was next is what was next on the show. Let's see. How many matches is that now? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
What was next on the show? I think it's time for.
It's time for the United States Heavyweight Championship to be decided, is what it's time for.
I was going to say more women, but you're right.
And now here's a question. Why is it that the Sheik could defend the U.S. title in Toronto, but it would have been just ridiculous at the time if Dewey Robertson had defended the Canadian heavyweight title in goddamn Erie, Pennsylvania?
You know, again, I don't know. It is a little weird when you have U.S. title changes in Saudi Arabia. This isn't the first time I think it's happened there. But
should this be a thing that's allowed to happen in should any country's championship be put in a position where it can fall to someone on foreign soil? What about should the World of Sport title, the mid heavyweight title or whatever that Mike Marino, should that be put up for fucking auction over here in Cleveland? I think not. But we got a U.S. title match in Saudi Arabia. Solo versus Fatu. And I'm trying to think how, without insulting anyone too heavily, Solo isn't a great opponent for Fatu to have a great match, is he? There's two.
Is there anyone, respectfully, because I think he's been used well at times, is there anyone for Solo to have a great match with?
Well, maybe let's not throw great around, unnecessarily. Let's just say a better Fatu, I like as a heel, where he's with a younger, or not a younger, but a smaller, more agile baby face that does take bumps or whatever, where, there's a size difference. But as a baby face, Fatu still with even a wise ass fucking heel that's smaller and goddamn athletic. But Solo is kind of like, as we talked about before a little bit, what do the kids say? The Timu Fatu? So Solo is a lot of punch and kick. And then Fatu, when he's fighting a guy that's like that, he's still taking his bumps and stuff, but he relies on a lot of punch and kick. They're not, they're a little too similar to be complementary, I think. But it was what it was. It's a match that existed on this date. And they got some heat, he got some heat on Fatu, he being Solo. And again, Fatu can fly around on the bumps and, the place he needs to be, and Solo's kind of flat-footed. But then finally, Jacob makes his comeback, and he's going to the top. And here comes J.C. Mateo, who waddles down. He runs in an awkward fashion. Were you watching the run-in closely here? Did you notice his gait?
I did not actually watch that, no.
He is a tubbier person.
I watched it, but I didn't pay attention to his gait, I guess.
Well, yes, you did not watch the specific manner in which he ran down there, but he drew the referee, and Tonga Loa was there and took Jacob off the top rope with the neck breaker, and Solo got a 2 count. And then Jacob's gonna spike him. Solo's gonna spike him. But Jacob ducked the spike and dropped Solo and then dove on the other heels and then did a Samoan drop on Solo. And then Mateo comes in and gets super kicked and then gets the ass in the face. And again, here, they have decided suddenly, I don't know how long ago it was, but not suddenly, but certainly recently, that if another guy that's not even connected to the match gets in the ring, as long as he just gets beat up and he doesn't hit anybody, they won't call the DQ. So now Jacob is beating up Mateo while the guy's in the ring and the referee's staring at it. And then he moonsaults Solo. Boom. And then a giant, an old, mean, smelly giant, pulls Jacob Fatu out on the floor. And what the fuck? And the announcers say, "Oh my God, this is." And then it sounded to me like that they were just saying alternate versions of Tama Loa Loa Tonga Tonga Loa Tonga Tonga. What the fuck did they call him? No, I mean, I heard him. It's like
Tala Tonga.
Okay, it was like, well, that tall guy is the cousin of Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa called Tala Tonga. I don't know what the fuck. But anyway, he was supposed to choke slam Jacob on the desk, but I don't know if their timing got off, but Jacob, we know, can jump pretty well, so I don't think it was that alone, but he barely got up over the top of the desk, and instead of a big slam, it was like a clump. And then he rolled him into the ring, and the referee's back has been turned through all of this with the distraction of the Loa Tonga Tonga Loa Loa Tonga Tonga Loa. And Solo spiked him 1, 2, 3, and we got a new champion. And again, I wrote down here at the bottom, way too much interference for too long on all these matches. It seems like every match of any consequence now has multiple people running in every company. And sooner or later, again, that leads to people going, You know, I didn't know what was to come yet, but I wrote that then. And it goes on forever. It's like, again, I didn't know what was to come, but a match will just stop happening, and a bunch of people not connected with it will start fighting with each other for a while, and then they started again.
Well, again, at least this one, not to justify it, at least it introduced someone new, a new character. The most boring giant ever. No, they introduced a new character here, unlike the end, which was just, okay, they couldn't come up with a way for this match to end, so they're going to give us all of this.
And this guy also, he doesn't have a giant head.
He didn't.
I think that's gonna be problematic.
I think we got to see like a promo with him standing there in the ring, because he didn't look gigantic, even though he is. The way he just came out there and, you know, all in black, stood at ringside with everyone, he wasn't coming across as like, oh my God, it's the biggest man I've ever seen. So
no, but it's because of his head. He's got a regular head. He needs a giant's head. Think about this. How many giants have a normal sized looking fucking head with a normal facial expression? You got to have some fucking, you know, the old saying, beauty's only skin deep, but ugly is to the bone. You got to have some bones sticking out. You got to have Andre fucking head or goddamn giant Sing head or something. And then you got a giant. He just a tall fucking guy.
Well, Hikuleo has finally arrived. We'll see where Tama Tonga is, but at least Tonga Loa is back, so we're guaranteed there'll be some hilarity in the weeks ahead. And now Jacob
Tonga Loa. Oh, wait a minute. That was Tonga Loa.
Yeah.
Instead of Tama Tonga.
That was the first time we've seen Tonga Loa since the War Games.
I mixed up my Tongas. Because I was thinking he's the other one.
They got to introduce someone that's just Tonga, don't they? Oh, he's the baddest of them all. Tonga.
Tonga.
Oh, 3 Tongas. Oh, my God.
3 Tonga. Well, that's what they call him by his first name and Mr. Wouldn't that be funny if fucking Tonga in island language was Mr.? Then he could be Mr.